going to talk about Chuck and Blair.
From Gossip Girl. Who doesn't love them, right?
Who doesn't love Gossip Girl altogether?
I don't know.
But more than that, Chuck and Blair are the best couple, like, in the world.
Definitely. I mean, like, who can beat that?
In the world.
And so, from the beginning, if we go back, we remember Chuck and Blair always, like, having a thing for each other, but never
kind
admitting
of.
it,
like, you know, they always played around. Like, Chuck was like, oh, well, you know, you're my worst critic.
And I hate you. And so...
I hate you.
And so...
But then, Blair has a falling out with Nate.
And...
Tear.
But
not really.
Because there's that limo scene, which is, like,
the
amazing.
sexiest scene in the entire world.
Basically,
I think.
Outside of, like, pornography.
It's, like, amazing. It's my favorite episode. Victor Victrola, if you want to see it.
Yeah, you should
look it up on YouTube or something. Maybe we'll put a link, you know.
Yeah, like right there.
I don't know which way it is.
I don't know either.
I'm gonna have to learn.
Like one of those two.
You know, we might put a link because
there.
Victor Victrola is the best episode. I think because I love Chuck and Blair.
At least in season 1. I'm not sure about season 2 because I haven't watched all of them over and over again.
Limo scene.
Think about the other scenes in season 2.
It's the sexiest. No,
but
you know what else is really sexy? Okay, so then, you know, they're like getting all jiggy with it. You know, 17th birthday, they kind of do it again. And then on Thanksgiving, I love it. Like, he like reaches and like grabs her leg and it's so sexy.
Like, he just like,
you can't even, her, like, she has like red tights and it's,
he just like reaches up her skirt,
amazing.
but like, it's
Gossip Girl is our sex fix.
Yeah.
That's
basically since
it makes us feel like we have lives.
Gossip
that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, look at Dan and Serena and Chuck and
Blair, and then
not
they're not together, and then
but then like Blair and Nate and Jenny.
Everyone
and
in Gossip Girl basically.
Nate and Vanessa
and the whole time.
Yeah, not really Dan and Vanessa, but kind of not really Vanessa and Chuck either. But anyway, Chuck and Blair are awesome.
And, like...
Love them.
Yeah.
They really, like, it's just awesome because Chuck can't even, like, think of having sex with anybody but Blair.
Yes.
And
that's one of my favorite parts. Like, after they have that one scene, he
makes
can't
it
even get
not
hard
sweet.
for anyone.
He makes it, like, sound like it's not sweet, but it is.
It's so sweet for, like, a guy. It's like...
It's so sweet.
Where can I get my
But then they, like, are always playing these games, and they can't tell each other they love them and everything.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
so
we
sad.
couldn't be seen at the movies together, like, holding hands, so, like...
It's so sad.
You don't... Just because you're going out doesn't mean you have to go to the movies all the time, and, like...
I just always want them together. And then, Bart died. Bart is Chuck's dad.
Hope we didn't ruin that for
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, sorry. Hope we didn't ruin that for anyone who had just started watching.
We're going to have to put spoiler alert in that box.
In whatever way it is. You know,
whatever.
Box here. You know, it's going to have to go in there.
Sorry. Spoiler!
Oops.
Anyways.
So,
Chuck's dad dies.
Yeah.
And so Chuck's really depressed.
And he's, like, drunk. He comes to the funeral drunk and, like,
and
tries
Blair's
to beat
all,
up
like,
Dan.
Motherly. And she's like,
I'll take
Chuck, you need to eat. And you need to just lay down and be okay and everything. And eventually...
Chuck looks like that, so...
Chuck looks so sexy when he's sad, but it's so sad when he's sad.
Because he's, like, such a cocky ass that, like...
All the time.
It's weird to see him, like, broken almost.
Vulnerable.
You know? Yeah, vulnerable's a good word.
And so... Blair's like running after him. This is totally a spoiler.
And she's like,
she goes, I love you. And he's just like, you can see in his face that he's like, oh my God, you know, I love you too. But he like is so torn up about his dad and everything. Mm-hmm. And I personally, like, he feels like he has no family. So I think he doesn't feel worthy of Blair.
Yeah.
In a way.
I mean, like, yes, he's rich, and
like,
yes, he's gorgeous, and yes, he's like
he's going to be the richest kid in
New York,
wherever
Manhattan.
Yeah, Manhattan.
And so, like...
But he doesn't feel like he has anything to offer her anymore.
Because he doesn't have a family. He doesn't have, like...
she is his family. She loves him.
She's been there forever. And, like, they're... Like,
and it's so sad because then he's just like, too bad. And then he leaves.
He gets in his limo and just goes.
It's so sad.
And then, like... Thankfully, toward, like, the end of the show...
Thankfully.
I don't even remember what Blair's doing. I think there's, like, a party or something.
Yeah, she has, like...
Oh, it's a wake or something for... Isn't it?
No, it's the wedding.
It's the wedding. That's
of
right.
Cyrus and her mom.
Spoiler again. Sorry.
Spoiler. And Dorota, her maid,
Is
comes
like,
and it says, someone's in your room to see you.
except she says it in like a crazy accent. She's like,
Crazy.
yeah.
I love Dorota though. She's
do
pretty
too.
awesome.
I want a
like
Dorota.
she gets a Facebook at
She's
one
like,
point. It's
I
pretty
joined
funny.
some groups.
It's pretty funny.
Anyway, okay, so like,
So
there's
she
someone
says
in a
this,
room.
and it's the sweetest thing ever because she's like, what are you doing here? And he just gives her this
like,
look like,
he just kind
I'm
of turns to her
so
and is like,
hurt.
I don't know. He
and
doesn't
she
say anything. He just like looks at her. And
he
he's
just
like,
looks at her, and it says
I
like,
don't know
I'm
what to
so
do.
hurt right now. I just don't. I'm lost. And
Yeah.
she just like,
and she reads the look and like knows what it is and comes up and
she
like
just hugs him,
and then
it's
he
the
just like
sweetest thing
he-
ever.
she like hugs him, okay, and then he just like falls. He's
in
like,
her arms. It's so sweet. It's the
it looks
sweetest
kind of
thing.
funny, but it's so nice. It
It's
does
so
look funny,
sweet.
but
I love it. But then they leave us with this cliffhanger.
yeah, and
We're
then
all
like,
happy
and we're
for
like,
Chuck and Blair. We're like, they're finally together. They love each other. They said they love each other.
But then it's like 3 weeks before the next show comes on.
He has left Blair a note in the bed
Yes.
that they were laying in together.
Yeah, they were like sleeping. They didn't like sleep together.
And
the
I
night, they
missed
just
what
laying
the
together.
note said.
Yeah, me too. We should probably go see that tonight. We should like look it up on
We
YouTube.
probably should. But whatever it said, we kind of knew
That
when
he,
we
like-
saw the preview for next episode, which is in 3 weeks, which sucks.
Spoiler again if you hadn't seen the preview, but it's worth it.
He's supposed to commit suicide.
Yeah, he's like standing on
I'm
the
pretty
top
sure
of a
he's
building.
not going to.
Yeah, I think they'll just like make it so like, oh no, but then he can't because he's like
But
the main
it's
character.
it's gonna be so sad. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, Chuck, are you okay? Chuck.
We're watching that together.
Yeah,
Yes.
we are.
Okay.
Cause I'm home for Christmas break.
And I'm always home.